welcome. Good to see you all this morning, or whatever time it is, wherever you are, of course. And I think that yesterday's workout was challenging in a different way than today will be, although today is officially a harder workout. We're doing a long sustained climb. Okay, I don't have the board for you, and I'll be talking you through it. So pretty easy though, pretty straightforward. We're doing a little warm up here, a couple of structured minutes, and then the bottom of the hill will be starting at 70%. So as we climb, a little bit shorter throughout the process of getting up the hill, we'll be going a little bit harder. The efforts, the on, is a little bit shorter, a little bit harder in time as they're shorter, okay? So right now, 50% is fine. Get comfortable at a cadence in around 90%. And we will start just adding a little bit of load. Bye, Rennie. It's funny, this year we have people in the studio in and out at the same time, so all kinds of action going on. Cassia, maybe lock the door behind. Okay, so as I said, starting easy at the base of the hill, so that means we're going to be going into it from a fairly reasonable effort in warm-up. We'll get ourselves to 70% before we start, quick little break, and then right into the bottom of the hill. So comfortable cadence right now. Some of you I saw were on the bikes earlier, and those of you who haven't been, just work into it through the first base of the climbs, kind of like when you go out with your training partner and they head you right up the nearby mountain for your warm-up. Always good. Okay, 50%. Just hanging out here, we're going to bring it up to 60%. So using your gear, keep the cadence nice and steady at around that 90 number. We aren't riding a steep climb today. It is a reasonable grade of probably 4-ish% at the steepest. So we're going to be riding more like a crisp climbing cadence, 80 RPM. Right now, just at that 90-ish and at 60%. We're going to start into the hill, coming up in a couple of minutes. So we're pretty quickly into this. As always, nice and relaxed through the shoulders, soft through the elbows, light in the hands. Don't ever want to waste energy on the hill, or as little as possible in being tense. Okay, one more increase here. Hold the cadence around the same. Bring it up to, creeping up to your 70%. Between 60 and 70, a little bit more gear. Good, just feeling the warmth of the legs. And what happens when we do this little warm-up load and then back off is you get that reprieve and reset. And that's why before you start a hard event, we do focus on a good warm-up, a little bit of a break, and then ready to go. Muscles are stimulated, cardiovascular system stimulated, and all good for the start of the event. Okay? So we're going to just back off in 15 seconds. I'm going to have you bring the gear back down. Okay? This is a brisk little warm-up here. Coming back down. Bring the gear out. Leg speed. Nice and relaxed. Good job. All right, we're going to start in 30 seconds, and this is the base of the hill. So getting your mental set ready as you go into it. The first part of the hill is 5 minutes. 5 minutes, 80 RPM, and your effort is 70%. All right? Going in 10. 80 RPM, find it, bringing that cadence down a little bit, bringing the gear up to your 70%, and we got 5 minutes here. Okay, this is the longest segment at the base, so long climb. The whole climb is 25 minutes. And as I try and encourage people in learning to hill climb a bit better, of course it can depend on your situation, but in general, you're trying to be conservative, controlled, and build into a hill feeling better as you progress up it. Okay? Holding on to that 80 cadence. Remember, this is a climbing cadence, and you're almost at your first minute done. Good habits here. Thinking about, someone was asking me about moving their ankles the other day. I always say that. I think about moving your ankles as you're in the circle. Nice strong feet, but strong through the foot. Level position. You're not pointing your toes down, any of those sorts of things. Okay, hold it at this 80 cadence. We're in a nice, when I'm doing some of these, often think of some of the cool, well, climbs around, I think where you are, Brian and Rose. Long gorge type climbs, right? Where the grade isn't crazy. Might be a little bit further away from you, not sure. But I love those ones where you come into them sometimes in a race and it's sort of along the side of a river and then kind of builds up every corner you go, coming out on the peak of something. Good, hold it right here. You've already done 2 minutes. We're gonna be at halfway in no time. Thinking about the pedal stroke. Lots of time to focus on what you're doing. There's halfway. 5 minutes in. Good job. Thinking to yourself just about the rhythm, the cadence, everything you're doing to get yourself up this climb. And keep telling yourself, bring the shoulders down. Bring the shoulders down. Relax everything you can. Awesome job. You got less than 2 minutes before we have a little switchback break. 2 minutes, but active, recovery type riding. So I say it's a 25-minute hill, and you have one little downhill piece where you're going to get a real break. Okay? Hold that 80 cadence. Awesome job. 90 more seconds here. 90 more seconds. Everybody getting warmed up now. I see the puffies have come off in the cold places. Hoodies. Almost a minute to go. We're supposed to get some crazy cold temperatures this week, I believe. So more of the cycle, undulations of unexpected weather patterns. Less than a minute. Good job. Strong through the feet. Breathe well. Got lots of core engagement. Just the pistons driving you up the hill. Awesome job. Hold it right here, right here. Another 30 seconds. job, everyone. Good job. Try and keep it under controlled resistance right now. Controlled gear, thinking that we're on that easier percentage grade, 3-4%. And in 3, 2, here's our first switch back. Drop the gear back, bring the cadence up, 50 to 60%. I don't want you dropping everything down to easy. This is continuing up the climb in a controlled, deliberate kind of range of push here. Good job. You've got 90 more seconds. The next piece, bring it down to 4 minutes. 4 minutes, a little higher effort. Now we're going to be pushing up towards our FTP, functional threshold. Supposed to be riding here, so you're in the group, 50 to 60%. Okay, maybe you're at the back grabbing something out of your pockets. All right, another minute. Another minute. Keep that rhythm. It's good to learn to look for those little breaks, understand what they are, what they feel like. When we're in a switchback, you want to be pushing into the pedals. You want to be maintaining your group position if you're in a big group. 30 seconds, we're going to be bringing it up. Again, back to your 80 cadence. Less of a flushing cadence. "15 seconds. This is 4 minutes. This is 75%, slightly harder than last. This is 80 RPM. And in 2, 1, here we go. 80 cadence. Bring the gear up. We got 4 minutes like this. Feeding it into the legs, little harder, little harder. Job, everyone. Don't overshoot that cadence. We are working on a climbing effort right now. Now, lots of us, well, the fact that everybody's learning to use higher cadence, very positive. But we still want to be stimulating those strength efforts a little bit. And although this isn't per se strength, it's still at a lower cadence and you're recruiting more muscular range than you are at a higher cadence. Good job. Holding on to this. Less than 3 minutes now. Awesome job. Good habits. When you're climbing, what are you thinking of? Looking towards the top. Looking towards the top as you get closer to it. In the early phases, I like to look through people, keep my focus up ahead. We used to have a rule, though, in the 20, 40K climbs where you didn't want to look to the top too early. Pick a point. Pick a point. Pick your battles. Make them short and achievable. Feed off people around you. You got 2 minutes left here. Good job. Another. Check in. Breathe. Relax the shoulders. And no matter how experienced you are, that is a go-to reminder. Good job. 90 seconds left. That'll be the 4 minutes. Then we've got 3 hard, short segments. Shorter, not that short. Some big, big climbs in Europe. Some of you have done when you look up the mountain, actually to the top. It's like people up at the top look like ants. That can be a little bit off-putting. I have one coach that raced professionally, quite a big guy, and climbing stages were not his favorite. I've told this before, but I found it funny. His director told him, think like a cloud, airy, light, lift yourself up. And there is an element of that. When you're climbing, if you focus too much on feeling like you're not a good climber, or feeling like you're heavy, you look down, you slump over the bike, it's all detrimental to your actual performance. So, in his words, think like a cloud, open up, look up, but we're going over the top to a downhill, so you get a little break. 2, 1, back the gear off, keep the legs moving, quick feet. We're going to do this for 2 minutes. I don't want you backing right out of this. Good job. Imagine you pushed over the top of this little piece. You've got a little bit of a false flat downhill. You're getting a reprieve now with easy, achievable leg speed. As high a cadence as you can manage, feeling efficient and comfortable. Good job, everyone. I'm riding over 100 RPM. I have a pretty light wattage on, as though I were sitting in a group on a downhill. I want you to do that. Nicely done. Regroup, breathing back, have a little drink. At the back of the group, maybe, not if you're at the front. All right, 45 seconds. Next one, as we've described, shorter, harder. 3 minutes, 3 minutes, 80 cadence again, same sort of grade, and now you bring it up to 80%. Okay, so we're getting in the who's there last kind of phase. Pushing the pace, enjoying the feeling of pushing the pace, and they're getting shorter and harder. Going in 10. All right, so from this nice, relaxed cadence you've been at, we're dropping a little bit to 80, and in 2, 1, back on the climb, 3 minutes, and 80%. Good job. Get settled in. This is now no longer comfortably uncomfortable. We're getting more to just kind of uncomfortable. I'm going to imagine I'm in the south of France in the summer with these lights on, boiling hot, searing down at me. Good. Hold on to this. Keep thinking about this as well. That core engagement is your strong platform. You've already done a minute. Play around with your hand position. I like to ride on my tops a lot when I have nothing going on that's relaxed. I find when I'm going hard, kind of waiting for things to happen, maybe I'm out here on my hoods, but both of them partly from riding off-road a lot as well. Became a little higher position, being comfortable, and also does keep all of this open, breathing where you need to be. Good job. Closing in on our last minute. It's there, right ahead. So good. Come on. Stay with me now. This is the pushing the pace all the way up. We've got another 2-minute break, and then you guessed it, harder for a 2-minute segment. Coming up, just over 40 seconds. Awesome job. Come on. Come on. Hold that cadence. I like to go back to rhythm, cadence, whatever helps you maintain the pace when it gets hard. Always looking ahead, always looking for the next place you're going to be and not underneath you what's going on right now. But one thing going on right now is we're going to have another switch back, 50 to 60% in 2, 1, bring it down, active recovery, recover, recover. This is not supposed to be sitting up, resting, unless you're very confident your whole group is doing that. And you have just over 90 seconds left. You're doing an amazing job getting up this thing. Lots of visuals I can think of that are like this sort of effort, real life efforts doing this. Breaking hills, mountains up into pieces is an important thing to be able to do. You've got 1 more minute. Helps a lot in terms of being ready to go on the next hard section. So where again, when you're in a mass ride situation, you might be looking for places and ways, positions, gears, breathing rate, all those things to help you recover and get ready for the next pitch. We're getting near the top. The next pitch, 2 minutes long, 85%. Okay? Crank your tunes a little bit. You've got something helping you there. We're going to drop the cadence down again. We're back to our climbing cadence. Going in 5 seconds. 3, 2, 80 cadence, 85%, and 2 minutes. Come on, we're near the top of this thing. Good job. Awesome. Strong through the feet now. Really good. Come on. Get yourself in an aggressive position. That's where we are. 90 seconds to go. Good job, everyone. Good job. Come on now. This is the top of the hill. This is where, when you're riding 70%, 75%, this is what you're saving it for. This is where things happen. So good, everyone. Come on. Feel that strong pedal stroke all the way around. Shoulders relax. You notice I was talking about where I like my hands. Definitely. Right now I look down. I'm in more of an attack kind of mode. Feeling like I'm pushing myself into that range. And you got 30 more seconds. Okay? The next break is short. The next break is 1 minute. So this is the top. This is where we've got one pitch left. 2 pitches actually. One little roll up to the line. All right? 1 minute coming up. Use it. Use it. In 5, 3, 2, active recovery. Come on. 60 seconds. Really good. Come on now, everyone. Just make sure that you're thinking about maximal recovery for yourself. What gear is that? What cadence is that? What position is that? And then in just over 30 seconds, we're going back to a minute hard. I want it at 85% again. A little bit more if you want to visualize. You're actually pitching for the lead over the top of this mountain, going in 20. Bring that cadence down again, 80 RPM. Bring some gear in. We're going in 10. Awesome job. Going in 5, 85% or more. 2, 1. Come on, guys. 1 minute. 1 minute, a little break, and then a ride for the line. All you got left. Come on. Sink it in. Let's imagine we did ride like a cloud, and now we're riding everyone off our wheel. No more friendly. Come on, just feeling strong, feeling that push, enjoying this top where we saved a little bit of energy for. 30 seconds. Come on, you guys. Keep it going. Keep it going. Nice and strong. Big push behind the feet. Just over 15 seconds. Just over 15. You got it. You got it. Come on. You can take a little look under your elbow. You can see no one there. 5 seconds. 1 more minute break. 2, 1. Back it up. Recover. Active recovery. And then we're going to drive for the line. And that's the top of our hill. Okay? Here we go. Recover. Recover. Watching everyone around you. There's those last few of you left. Who is going to push for the line first? Maybe it's not a whole nice minute recovery. Maybe you got to be ready. All right? You can feel someone clicking their gears a couple times. And the top is falls flat. Any cadence you want. This is just an all-out push. Click, 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 click. There's a few more. Bring the gear up. I'm going to say, be ready, be poised, and bring it as hard as you can for the line. Any cadence. 2, 1. Come on. Push it all the way. Maybe now you're in your drops. This is over the top. Come on. Come on. Last little bit. Hold on to it. 20. Nice. Come on. Push, push. Push, push. Last 10 seconds. Up over the top. Here we go. 5, 3, 2, 1. Whew. There you go. All right. I think some of you recover, recover. Now, if we were in Europe, we might be rolling down the hill right now and getting ready to go right up again. That's always a good feature. Actually, when I have trained to go over and do events there, I usually, for the sake of simulation, do that here. Use one of the mountains, up, ride right down, up again. Because there is that different dynamic of not getting a rollout in between big climbs and being used to that almost right away, going back in. Thank you, everyone. that was a fun way to get up and go. And I think a lot of you have maybe already got up and gone for a little while. Maybe the blamey's there, I'm thinking. Anyway, I hope everyone's doing well, enjoying the January thing. I know we are. It's great to see everyone. And this isn't just about fitness. This is about cycling consistency, right? So not suspecting in any way that you're not doing other things, but this is going to get that nice natural rotation going. So I'm going to sign off now, and enjoyed seeing you all. We'll see you again in a couple of days. All right, for today, that's a wrap.